The opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network.
Yeah, I've been closer to Jesus before, so can you help me out? Oh, can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? But can you help me out? Am I on my own? Am I on my own? Or can you help me out? Can you help me out? I've been scared to look in my soul. I've been afraid I would follow the road. Yeah, afraid of the things I've been told.
Hello, everybody. Welcome inside a Thursday episode. I had to think for a minute. Thursday episode of Running Point on YSNLive.com. Brought to you, as always, by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Anthony Hartwig with you, and we're here for the next hour. We have a good show for you today. Not only are we going to recap last night's action, I don't know if you heard, but there was a pretty big upset that went on in Brookfield as Cardinal Mooney went to overtime, beat the Warriors by 3. 18th seeded Cardinal Mooney goes to 5th seeded Brookfield and gets to win. One of the big reasons why was a last second half court buzzer beater hit by Samantha Rotuno at the end of regulation to force overtime. We're going to have the superhero from Cardinal Mooney come on with us right now to talk about that game and talk about that great shot. Sam, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Man, you got to be feeling on top of the world today after the way that game went last night. First, I just want to ask you about the team's mentality going in. Obviously, a lot of people from the outside, thought Brookfield was going to run away with this game. You guys were the underdogs. What kind of mentality did you guys bring into this game at Brookfield that let you guys win like you did?
We kind of brought in the mentality of just playing strong, playing fast. We really wanted to push the ball up the court. And Brookfield was one of the teams that ranked us really low. And so we were kind of out there for just a revenge shot, and we wanted to prove ourselves as a team. We haven't really done that in the regular season, so we thought it would be a good chance to start off our playoff season well. And I think we did just what we wanted to do.
As the game's progressing, you guys are keeping pace with Brookfield the whole time. Was there a moment when everyone started to realize, this is a reality, we can really do this, and we can really have a chance near the end?
Yeah, I think we all had that in our minds the entire game. We were really hoping to pull away with this game and made a large statement. And it was an overall good game. It was very close. When they started to pull away a little bit in the third quarter, I think that's when we finally started to pick it up and say let's go, we're winning this game. And I think that was one of the most exciting quarters was the third quarter when we kind of fell behind, but we came back.
So now we hit that moment in the end of regulation. You guys are down by 3, and with the ball, you're inbounding it from the sideline. Just take us through that moment, kind of what the design was like, what was going through your head, and obviously the shot that you were able to put up.
My coach was just we got to push it up the sideline. So they took away all of our front passes. So I was standing on the sideline, and my teammate, another sophomore, Talisha Huff, was able to get the ball to me. It was a pretty good pass, too, got there. And as soon as I got it, I just knew how to shoot it, I was nervous. I was really nervous. I'm not even going to lie. And I just remember seeing, and I was like, oh, my gosh, that might go in. And it did, and it was so exciting. And I was so glad that all my teammates could celebrate with me.
Was it one of those shots that felt good as soon as you let it go? I mean, did you kind of know, okay, this has a shot almost as soon as you released the ball?
Yeah, I looked, and I saw it, and I didn't know if it was going to hit off the rim, but I was just when I saw it, I didn't even have any reaction even when I shot. After I shot, I was just looking at it and just waiting to see what would happen, to be honest.
What was that moment like, celebrating with the team and seeing everyone come off the bench and be that exhilarated?
It was really exciting. I was just so happy I could do that for my team, and I could support them like that, and they could support me by celebrating. And I mean, it was a highlight of our season, and I'm so glad I was able to do that for them.
Now, that wasn't a game winner. You guys still had overtime to play. So, after all that excitement, how did you guys rein it in and focus on the next 4 minutes of basketball to go out there and take care of business?
We were able to come out early in overtime and get some points in so we could then hold the ball on offense to try to keep it on our side and just take the lead. We got in a little bit of foul trouble at the end of the overtime, but we were able to keep our momentum, and Sophia Diorio scored some big buckets for us at the end of the overtime with foul shots. And Talisha Huff also had very good rebounds at the foul line. And it was mainly our whole team. Maria Fire got us a few buckets in overtime. We all kind of pulled together and finally played together.
What was Coach Diorio's message after the game to you guys, and what was that locker room like after the win?
It was really exciting. Coach Diorio was proud of us. He was proud that we put in all 4 quarters and we played a full game, and that we just kept our heads down and worked hard. He he's just excited to move on to the next one too.
Now, the whole adage in tournament time is when you win, you earn 2 more practices, 1 more game. So how much are you going to really try to treasure these last 2 practices? And obviously, now you have a game against Lakeview to look forward to down in Cortland.
Yeah, we're gonna just put our heads down and probably focus on Lakeview and get some of their offense and defense down so we can be prepared. And probably gonna run a little bit today just so we can get our legs moving. But other than that, we're just gonna keep working hard and try to press forward in this playoff game.
All right, before we let you go, you've gotten a lot of love over the last 24 hours on social media. We've seen so many people share that clip on social media of your shot. How has it been like today walking the halls? I'm sure you've had a lot of people give you some nudges and give you some congratulations. What's it been like for you the last 24 hours of this whirlwind after hitting that shot?
It's been exciting. There's a lot of attention. I'm not really much of an attention person, so it's a lot for me, but it has been exciting. It was an awesome experience. It's every athlete's dream, to be honest, and I loved it.
Well, you know what, Sam? The cape fits your back. We're glad that you were able to wear it. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to come on and talk about that win and talk about that shot. We wish you the best of luck going forward into Lakeview, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
You got it. Samantha Rituno, the hero, one of the heroes of last night's victory. Cardinal Mooney beats Brookfield in overtime. Final score 48-45. Well, we definitely give Samantha Rituno her flowers, and we give her limelight after hitting that amazing shot to send it into overtime. I'm glad that she brought up Sophia Diorio, who had probably one of the best games of her season as well, leading the Cardinals with 17 points. And that was big. You know, you came into this game, and the scouting report on Cardinal Mooney as far as the games that I've seen them play, and I've seen them play a handful. It was pretty much slow down Maria Fire, and you would slow down their offense. You know, they really leaned on Maria Fire to score to get them going. Well, last night she had 12. And if you would have told me, like, going into last night, that Mooney would win this game and Maria Fire would have 12 points, I probably would have just laughed in your face. But that's what happened. And Mooney got really solid balance on offense. I think Rituno finished in double figures as well. Like I said, Sophia Diorio led them with 17. So when you get balance on offense, good things will happen. And despite Sophia Hook giving her best effort, getting a double-double with 26 and 13, Brookfield just didn't have enough to muster up that momentum back from overtime that Mooney was able to take into the final extra period. So what a great opportunity for us to highlight one of our great student athletes. We thank Sam Rituno for coming on and talking to us about that shot. It was definitely an exciting moment last night. Let's get to some other scores from tournament play. We saw Alliance go into Struthers, and unfortunately for YSN and our YSN family, in the Wildcat season with the 47-44 win in the Fieldhouse. That's another upset as far as the bracket numbers are concerned. We saw another one, unfortunately, involving our YSN family team, as Aurora, the 16 seed, came into 10th seed at Ursuline and beat them in a defensive battle, 31-26, the final score there. But a good sign, a good thing for Ursuline is Elena Smith did reach 1,000 career points. So congratulations to her on that great milestone. She needed 14 coming into the night. She had 15. So she has 1,001 points, and it was a really cool moment with her family after the game. They didn't really know exactly where she was at, and the AD, Mr. DeSantis came over, and they were like almost waiting on like pins and needles. Like it was okay, where is she? Where is she? And he took that dramatic pause, almost like that game show host that's messing with the audience of, and the winner is, one of those. And he took that dramatic pause and he said 1001, and they just went nuts. I mean, obviously it was a disappointing loss, but that's something that can bring you up, and it was a great moment to see her. They had their banners ready just in case, but I actually liked that they didn't know where she was exactly. They knew that she was close, but sometimes when you have family that keeps track almost meticulously and knows exactly where your player is, that can add a little bit of pressure. We've seen that before as well. We've seen players really struggle when they know exactly where they are as far as getting that milestone. So it was kind of cool to see their family so enthusiastic, but also not entirely sure where she was as far as the 1,000 milestone. Obviously knew she was close because they brought the 1,000-point banner just in case, but not knowing exactly what she needed or exactly where she was, it led to a really cool moment on the Ysn sidelines after she was able to get it with 15 points last night, which, like I said, she needed 14, so she has 1,001 now on her career. We go to some other scores around the area. Wellsville fell to in their season 44-38, but it was still the first winning season that Wellsville's had in a long time. So the Tigers are starting to take the right steps as a program. We stay in the EOAC's Columbiana. Got the 2-point narrow victory over Grand Valley, 34-32. The final score there. Columbiana will travel to Laurel on Saturday. Girard got the win, 45-37 over Hubbard. A good win for the Indians to move on into the sectional final. Crestview had a third meeting with LeBray in the sectional semifinal, as it was an MVAC rematch, and Crestview still had no problems with the Vikings. 57-16 final score there. How about Liberty taking it to Pymatuning Valley on the road, going to the Lakers, and they inserted Sienna Smith into the lineup, which gave them an energy boost, of course. Demi Watson became the program's all-time leading scorer. Congratulations to her. And Liberty cruised 60-35. It sets up a really interesting meeting between Liberty and Poland on Saturday. I want to get the final number on Demi Watson. Actually, I don't have it. I thought it was sent with the graphic, but she is the all-time leading scorer for Liberty's program. So congratulations to her on that great accomplishment. And Liberty moves on to play Poland on Saturday with a trip to districts on the line. So that should be a really interesting one, especially Sienna Smith back in the lineup. Gives Liberty that three-headed monster that was so deadly last year back into the mix. So we'll see how Liberty is able to handle Poland on Saturday. Howland got the win over Notre Dame Cathedral Latin last night to move on 53-32. Big night for the Tigers. As we go into our recap on YSN of the Howland victory to check out some stats and key members of that win. Noah Ricks did a really good job with the coverage last night of the Tigers against Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. And shocker, it was Alyssa Masucci, player of the hour. She scored 23 points. And from the foul line, she did a lot of damage. 10-13 from the free throw line. 13 of her points were from 12 of her points were from downtown as well. And you look at Howland; they are now 11-12 on the season, and they will play Alliance on Saturday in the sectional final. So Howland moves on. Alyssa Masucci has another fantastic game under her belt. No shocker there. West Branch got the easy win over Ravenna, 49-12. They will go on the road now to Edgewood. This is a matchup that happened last year in the sectional tournament, but it was Edgewood that had to come down to West Branch. Now it's West Branch has to go to Edgewood. as Edgewood tries to get some revenge on West Branch. They knocked them out of the tournament last year. West Branch will try to advance to another district semifinal, and they're still trying to repeat as district champions. They were district champions last year in Uniontown Lake as they beat Marlington last year. Waterloo got the close, hard-fought win over Canton Central Catholic, 33-26, the final score there. Canfield, no problems at all. The 1 seed takes care of business against Conneaut, 66-7, the final score to that one. We talked about Edgewood and what they have to look forward to in West Branch. They set up that game with a 71-38 win over Geneva. That was the third matchup between the two teams, as they're both CVC rivals, and Edgewood is 3-0 against the Eagles this year. A big win for the Warriors, and they set up an all-Warriors meeting once again, trying to get revenge on West Branch, who knocked them out of the tournament last year. We go into United as they played old rival South Range 43-34. The Eagles are able to come away with a victory. A strong fourth quarter. They had a good start. Their third quarter was a little shaky. South Range got back into the game. It was a 5-point game after 3. You thought maybe the Raiders would be able to sneak back into it, but I was impressed because one of the things, and I'll be honest, I was talking to Chris Sigler before the game a little bit, just talking about the game, and I said, if the fourth quarter is close, it could get dicey because, well, I saw, United's struggles with depth come to haunt them against Poland in a close game where they were actually winning for most of the game. Fourth quarter came around, Poland was able to rotate some players, and United ran out of gas. So, which that was the only game that I saw live, so that was all I had to go off of. But still, I was saying, saying to Sigler, I said, fourth quarter, if it's close, United might be in some trouble. And it was close in the fourth quarter. Raiders cut to 5. So when I got that update, I said, let's see if I'm Nostradamus. And I'm not. And United was not in trouble. They had a really good fourth quarter. They dug deep. They stayed away from foul trouble, and they were able to hold off the Raiders to knock out South Range out of the tournament and advance. United will host Southeast on a Saturday. So Ravenna Southeast comes to United next as they play the Raiders. Now they'll play the Pirates. So same color scheme too. So it'll look all too familiar with the next opponent for United. The difference, obviously, Southeast, I've had a chance to see them a couple of times. They're a very physical team, but they do struggle to score. So it'll be interesting to see how United handles that. I got a comment from Twitch. Oi, what's up, G? What's up? How we doing? Thank you for tuning in from Twitch. But yeah, 43-34, United gets to win over South Range. I was kind of nostalgic when I saw this matchup hit the schedule when these two teams were going to line up. Obviously, when I was in high school, Roger Ziegler was the coach of United, and they were one of the premier programs of the area, and that was the big rivalry back when I was in high school. United in girls basketball, United versus South Range. South Range won the ITCL in 2008. Excuse me. United won it in 9 and 10, and then they shared it in 11. So it was really always fun to watch those two teams kind of tussle for control of the league. And this time, tournament aspects were on the line, and United took care of business, and they get the win to move on to host Southeast on Saturday. Badger was not having any part of a first-round loss this year as they beat Valley Christian 57-16. Katie Grexa gets her 1,000th career point as well in this game. Big night for her. Big night for Badger. It was also the 50th career win for head coach Lavelle Turnage. You can hear from both Katie Grexa and Coach Turnage in their post-game interviews on the recap of this game on ysnlive.com. Matt Morrison did a great job down there as part of the coverage of that game. And a great job with those interviews. Garfield had no trouble with the third match of Camel. I almost said Canfield. That would be a really big score if it was a Canfield. But they played Camel for the third time, just like Crestview played LeBray for the third time. No trouble at all for Garfield. 42-5. They got the win over the Red Devils to move on. You look at the score sheet for that, and it was pretty balanced. It wasn't a offensive power show for Garfield, obviously, because they had control of this game really quick and they didn't have to leave their main players in for too long. Leading the G-men was both Laura McCoy and Mandy Cardinal, I'm sorry, and I'll go down the line. I'm sorry, this is sideways. And Maggie Fogel both had 9. And then scoring 8 for Garfield was Madeline Shirkey. Nora Trent, right below Madeline Shirkey. Nora Trent had 8. So 9 from Mandy Cardinal and Maggie Fogel, and then 8 from Nora Trent, and 10 from Laura McCoy. I knew it was Laura McCoy leading them. It's always tough when the score sheet comes in sideways. Welcome to live streaming. But yeah, Laura McCoy led with 10, and then you had Trent and Cardinal with 9, and Trent and Fogel with 9, and then Trent with 8. 42-5, Garfield gets the win over Camel to advance into that tournament in Division 3. We had Warren JFK get the pretty easy win over Ashtabula St. John, 48-29. Final score there. Already talked about the Mooney score. 51-48, the final score in overtime, as we had Sam Rotuno on from the top of the show to talk about her dramatic buzzer beater that sent this game into overtime. Mooney able to get the big upset over Brookfield. Lowville got a tournament win like last year, 53-47. They were able to take care of Fairport Harding in a pretty good, solid matchup. And then 35-27, Jefferson fell to Berkshire to end the Falcons season. That is your tournament roundup as far as the games that went on last night. We will have the breakdown of the sectional championships tomorrow when we preview the weekend on Friday's episode of Running Point. As for us, today's show, we still have an interview to get to. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have Riley Bennett, one of the seniors of Hoban, as they prepare for a tournament game tonight against Cuyahoga Falls. So we're going to have that interview played after this commercial break on Running Point, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Back in a bit.
At Greenwood Chevrolet, we offer a worry-free experience for all our customers. From sales to financing and even service, we'll help build your perfect vehicle
and lock in your trade value
while your vehicle is being built.
No worries.
We guarantee financing,
regardless of your situation or credit history.
No worries. And when your vehicle needs service,
our award-winning team will get you back on the road.
No worries.
That's what going the extra mile means. Only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs, call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at myersfamilyins.com or find us on Facebook.
You're not waiting to see what the world has in store for you. It's more about what you have in store for the world. All you need is the opportunity. All you need are the resources of a large university and the advantages of a personalized academic setting where you can experience new worlds in the arts and sciences, business, and education and make them your own. We are where you shape your future. We are Youngstown State University and proud.
Hi, I'm Colin Chupa.
And I'm Kelsey Clem from K-Squared Marketing.
Our boutique marketing firm specializes in media planning and buying, public relations, event marketing strategies, and strategic sponsorships.
We can integrate our services with your existing game plan, or we can be your entire marketing team.
Your goals, our game plan.
Let's win together. Call K-Squared Marketing at 330-623-2730 or visit ksquared.marketing to learn more.
Hi, this is Zell Bush.
Hi, this is Tom Flynn. Hi, this is Steve Rossetto.
Hi, this is Ryan Miller.
Hi, this is Rich Sakui from WRS Wealth Advisors.
With our combined 80 years of experience,
WRS Wealth Advisors are the area's premier wealth and retirement specialists. Call 330-965-0370 to learn more about our individual and corporate financial planning services.
Or visit WRSwealth.com.
Go Raiders.
Go Dogs.
Go Cats. Go Dogs. Go Tigers.
Jimmy Sudman here, Director of Isle, Purple Cat, and Golden String. We are happy to support YSN and two of my favorite people, Scotty Mincher and Super Dave O'Malley. We are an agency that provides services for adults with disabilities. We infuse humor, passion, and joy into their lives. If you know of any folks with disabilities that need our assistance, please contact us.
Reliability, innovation, scale. These three values are those we look forward to in our business and in our team. If you're ready for a reliable employer who looks constantly to think outside the box in big ways, we're ready for you. Apply now. Help us push the envelope and deliver success. Envelope 1. Take that one extra step.
Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Mill Creek Metro Parks is your park for all seasons. Make a memory in the park. Plan your visit today at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Welcome back to Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you as always by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. And we try to do the same here, not just on this show, but every day on YSN as well. We thank you for tuning in. Anthony Hartwig with you. And if you're watching on YouTube, I want to give you a incentive or a reminder that if you are not yet subscribed to our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button if you feel so inclined to. And while you're at it, hit that notification bell so you never miss a minute of the video content that we put on our channel, whether that be post-game interviews, highlights, player profiles, coaches' corners, or a whole lot more. All of our video content gets put right on YouTube, and we put so much up that we don't want you to miss any of it. So make sure you're subscribed and you hit that notification bell as well so you never miss a minute of the videos that we post on our YouTube channel. With that being said, one that will soon be on our YouTube channel but is coming to you here first on Running Point is an interview with Archbishop Hoban Sr. from the girls basketball team, Riley Bennett. One of the great scorers that they have, a very lanky body and able to shoot the ball pretty well from outside, but also control the paint. A very good basketball player, very good leader for this Archbishop Hoban team. And that we've talked about a very young team that is kind of coming off of a really big dominant stretch where their seniors of the past, or seniors from last year, ran the floor for three years in a row. And these seniors this year have had to kind of step into a new leadership role. And we've seen Riley do that a lot. We've seen Emma Rasmussen do it a lot, and obviously Kennedy Harrison as well. They're preparing for a tournament game tonight against Cuyahoga Falls. I will be there in attendance for it. It'll be the 6th seed Hoban against the 26th seed Tigers of Cuyahoga Falls. Don't let that fool you, though, because the 28th seed took Hoban down to the wire and were able to keep pace with the Knights as Hoban only won by 10 in their last game. Against in the sectional semifinal. So winner goes to the district semifinals tonight, Hoban against Cuyahoga Falls. We'll talk about that game a little bit more later. But first, here's your interview with Hoban Sr. Riley Bennett on Running Point, brought to you as always by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. Anthony Hartwig here with another Hoban girls basketball player profile. I am joined by another senior in Riley Bennett. Riley, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so senior year, we were a part of senior night not too long ago when you guys were able to host Ellet. What's it kind of been like going through this year, realizing that everything you do is like the last ride, the last time you do this, the last home game, the last playoff game, the last time you play this team, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, definitely realizing that it's all the last just makes us like want it more. We want to work harder every day, just knowing that every game is just getting towards the end of the road and just, always just cherishing every moment that we have left together as a team.
What last hit you the hardest so far this season? Like, what was the one last that really got your emotions going?
Honestly, our last regular season game that we played last Wednesday against Western Reserve, it didn't end out the way we wanted it to, so that's kind of what made it more emotional. Just ending out the regular season kind of on a hard note, but kind of just motivated us more for the tournament run, that knowing that we needed to get better and to make it where we want to be.
So from your perspective as a senior, when you're going through the regular season, at the end of every game, like, okay, there's another regular season game. There's another game to be played, win or lose. Now it's tournament time, and the reality that your last game as a player is coming. Does that make everything a little bit more intense, especially in practices and warm-ups, saying, like, we have to really be at our A game every time we go out on the floor?
Yeah, 100%. Just knowing that any game could be the last just kind of puts us into a different like focus and perspective, knowing that we need to go out there and play our hardest at every moment that we can.
How do you avoid not falling into the trap of letting that make you guys tighten, or letting make you guys like think about, oh, this could be my last thing, or not letting that get too much into your heads?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have to just get over those like stressful moments. We just have to treat every game like a regular game and just continue to go out there and play how we usually know how to play.
3 seniors on this team, and we've been introduced to all 3 of them. Great leaders. What do you think the 3 of you bring to this program as leaders, and what kind of ways do you differ in leadership styles?
Yeah, so we've been with Hoban basketball for all of our high school careers. So we've been here the longest out of everyone on our team, and we have a lot of experience. Definitely, we just use that experience to help out the younger girls and get everyone on the same page with plays and everything from there. Just moving us all on the same track to get to as far as we want to go in the tournament.
I mean, we were talking to Emma the other day, one of your fellow seniors, and she was talking about how you guys are 3 straight district champions, and there's this hunger to make it 4 in a row for the senior class. What is that like, to know that you have won 3 in a row, and this is your chance to kind of never go a year in your high school career without winning a district championship?
Yeah, it's definitely a big goal, winning a district championship every single year. We want to keep that same record, that same strive that we have every year to be able to get to the district championship, go as far as we can, and just keep defending our titles.
And you said it before, it's a younger team this year. It looks a little different. There's a lot of new faces that are stepping up in bigger roles. Because of that, you've had a couple of more ups and downs than we've seen from the past in Hoban. How have you guys navigated those ups and downs that the season has brought and not let it hurt your confidence?
Yeah, we've definitely learned to persevere over those challenges. We're always getting the gym together, just working on what we need to work on, helping out with the plays. We have a lot of plays in our playbook, so it's not everyone's going to be perfect, but we just have to be there to help each other and just move each other along the right path.
What's been your biggest point of growth this season, do you think, as a basketball player, when you look at the development you've had in your career?
Yeah, I definitely think that I've had to step up to a leading position this year. The previous years we've always had a pretty stacked team, and with Lene Riley last year and the years before, she's kind of been in that leading position. I feel like a lot of us have had to step up this year to be able to continue and just be leading ladies on the team.
It was never a surprise that you were going to come into the season needing to be a leader. It wasn't like you lost a person in fall or something. Like, you knew, okay, these people are graduating. I'm going to have to step up and be a leader. So take us through kind of like the summer and the preseason, what it was like trying to get your footing as a leader and develop those leadership skills.
Yeah, so through like the preseason, we had a few like summer leagues and everything. That's kind of the first time that we were all introduced to like our new team, since we have a lot of freshmen. The first time we were actually all playing together. I just kind of like from that point, I wanted to be able to be a leader to those younger girls, and just show them like my experience and what I can help them out with, just moving them along the right path, and just helping everyone out, teaching them what our values are on this Hoban basketball team.
And we've brought it up before, it's a young team, so there are going to be a lot of players that are going to be in the same roles next year. When we talk to these players next year and we ask them what kind of impact playing with Riley had on them, what would you hope their answer would be? What kind of impact do you want to leave on this program?
I definitely hope that they would think that I left a positive impact. Always encouraging my teammates. I always, just try to be the best leader that I can be, constantly just helping everyone out. And I just want them to know that I was a hard worker, and just come and bring it in practice every day in games.
Every leader in everything has someone that showed them how to do it before they do it. So, who were the people in your life that showed you how to lead and kind of made you confident in your own leadership ability?
Yeah, definitely my parents. Both my parents played high school sports, so they definitely teach me my leadership values and just skills, and just always treating everyone else with giving them the knowledge that I know to be able to move our team forward to success.
One of the hallmarks of Hoban Athletics that we've already seen are the impacts that you guys have on the community and the way that you guys are able to do community outreach projects and things like that. From your perspective, what does that do for you to go out into the community and support them as much as we know they support you guys?
Yeah, definitely it just brings the team together by doing those like service and community things. We had like a service project with making like blankets for kids at the Ronald McDonald House. Just like giving back to those that support us, and just we want to be there for them as much as they're for us.
And those are random acts of kindness for strangers. So my next question is, what do you think is the nicest thing that a stranger has ever done for you?
I don't. That's kind of a tough question. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like random acts of like kindness, like throughout like each day, like strangers just giving you compliments, or either just like doing like little things like helping you out. I don't know. It's kind of just like the little things that kind of lift up everyone's spirits.
What about, we'll flip it. What's the nicest thing you think you've ever done for a stranger in a normal day kind of setting?
I mean, I always try and compliment people if I see a quality about them and I just like it. I always let them know, because that can go a long way for some people.
If a stranger is watching this interview, then they want to give you kind of a boost. What's that one compliment that when you get it, it's like, oh, that really is going to boost my day, because maybe it's something that I don't believe about myself or whatever it may be. It's something that you struggle with your confidence. So what's that one compliment that you can get that would really boost your day?
Yeah. I think something about my personality. If someone just recognizes like my kindness and just my drive just to always like help people, I feel like that would really boost my confidence.
Speaking about personality, we are getting introduced to this girls' basketball team very quickly. Talk about the personality of this locker room and what's it like to spend every day with these girls and what they kind of bring to the table from the personality aspect.
Yeah. It's definitely a very exciting and fun team to be on. Definitely with the younger girls, a lot of the freshmen, we always have a good time in the locker room, definitely before games. We're always in there like listening to music, just getting hyped up for each game. Like even practices in the locker room, we're always just having a good time together, just cherishing every moment, that team bond. We definitely grown with our team bond this year. And yeah, it's just a fun time with them.
And you say you've grown with your team bond. So my question is, what's the favorite team bonding exercise that you guys have been able to do this year with such a new team?
We had a really fun Christmas party this year. Actually, it was like we had a bunch of games. It was like it was a very competitive time. There was like 3 different teams. There was Team Pam, Team Willie, and Team Nash. So there was like a team for each of our coaches, and I feel like that really brought us together, and just we enjoyed spending time with each other like outside of practice.
Did you guys have a team Secret Santa?
We did. Yeah.
Okay, so what was your Secret Santa gift that you gave, and then we'll flip it and say what you got for a Secret Santa gift.
Yeah, the Secret Santa gift that I gave, I got a Starbucks gift card. I gave a Starbucks gift card. There was like candy, fuzzy socks. I think it was like, I forget what the budget was, but it wasn't a lot of money, so we kind of just did like little stuff, and we did like the white elephant thing where you pass it around. So I think the person that got mine was, I think it was either KO or Mackenzie. I forget. But mine was from Emma. It was like some Bath and Body Works stuff, a candle, candy, and then like a little ornament with like our team picture on it.
While we're talking about gifts, what do you think is the best gift you've ever kind of received, whether it be for a birthday, a Christmas, or maybe it's a random gift for no special occasion?
Mm-hmm. I feel like the best gift, I would probably say whenever I was little, I think in elementary school or middle school, it was during Christmas, we got a gift to go to Disney World the following summer. So that was probably the best one.
What was your favorite Disney park? Because there's 4 of them, and everyone has their favorite spot to be at. So, what was your favorite part of it?
My favorite park was probably, I like Magic Kingdom. It's just the basic one, but I liked it.
All right. So, as we talk about these favorite memories that you have off the floor with your teammates, what's your favorite memory on the floor? What's your favorite basketball memory in your Hoban career?
My favorite memory, I would probably say the recent one would probably be beating Solon in overtime this year, just because of how intense and competitive the game was. There was a lot of hype to it, and I feel like it was just a good outcome for us, obviously, and it was like really a confidence booster and moving our season forward. So
We've also already talked about you supporting your community, but what about the community support that you guys get? We've been to plenty of your games already now. We see the crowds that you guys pool and the electricity that gym has on a home game in Hoban. What does that mean to this team to know that there's a whole community of alums, of fans, of parents that really have your back?
Yeah. It really means everything to us to just know that we have such a great support system. Definitely in girls basketball too. I feel like we have a lot of fans that come out and watch girls basketball, which is a great thing. That's not always the case at other schools. So I'm just very grateful for everyone that supports our team.
You get a lot of student support. What's your favorite sport to go and be a part of the student section for?
Definitely football. We have a great football team. And it's always fun at each football game. So
they had a heck of a run this year. I'm sure it was fun to be a part of that as a student body. Can't let you go without talking about these coaches that you have. 35 years of experience on that bench. What's it like to be under them, and what kind of things have they taught you, not just about basketball, but about life?
Yeah. They've definitely been great role models to look up to. I've learned a lot of them outside of basketball, just about like life, always working hard, always to your greatest potential. They've just taught us so many lessons. It's hard to list off everyone. Coach really has many quotes that he uses every single day. Always just encouraging us to give it our all, no matter what, because things are always going to come to an end. But as long as you just keep pushing and working hard, hopefully you made a good impact on it.
When you guys were able to get Coach Pammer's 600th career win, what was that moment like as this team? I mean, knowing that we see a lot of 500, 600 is just over the moon good. What was that kind of like?
Yeah, it was definitely a great feeling that she was able to accomplish that with our team. Always just, I'm just glad that we were in that position to be that team that she got her 600th win with. Throughout her whole coaching career, she's done great things for girls basketball, and it's just a good feeling.
And when you look at all the basketball skills you've been able to accomplish and all the things that you've been able to do, which one do you put the most credit on Coach for developing in you as a player throughout your career?
Yeah. I feel like since I transferred to Hoban my sophomore year, I feel like it was definitely a big leap, a big jump for me coming from a different school to where I am now. They've definitely improved myself as a player in so many ways that I'm very grateful for. Since I came to Hoban, I've learned so much, and I feel like I've developed in every single aspect of the game just by being on a good team with competitive nature around me, always getting better in practice every day because of who I'm around. So I'm just very grateful for that.
As we wind down this interview, we have to talk about the future. What you want your life to look like after you graduate Hoban, and what kind of things you want to accomplish.
Yeah, I'm actually still debating on if I want to play in college or not, or if I just want to focus on academics. But I'm pretty much kind of undecided right now. I just feel like I'll probably be able to make that decision pretty soon here. I feel like kind of whenever the season ends, I just need some more time to think. But definitely go to college somewhere. I'm not too sure what I want to get a degree in either, so I'm kind of a little undecided, but that's definitely a goal of mine.
If you do decide to play college basketball, what kind of things would you look for in a coach in a program that would say like this is where I want to land as a home?
Yeah. Definitely, coaches having that relationship with coaches outside of just the sport. You know, college is a big part in your life, so it's a big step into becoming an adult. So just having understanding coaches, guiding you in the right direction just for success. Obviously coming into a family like team, you don't really know everyone like you have in high school or just the years before. So just having people there to help you with the new adjustments and just being there for you.
Since you're undecided, give us just a broad scope of some of your interests and some of the things that you might land in as a career path.
I enjoy like anatomy right now, so maybe something like in the science field. I'm not really sure. It would be kind of hard, but I don't like chemistry or anything. So if it was like anatomy, like human body stuff, I'd be good with that.
All right, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to thank your support system and all the people that have been there for you throughout your career.
Thank you. So I just want to thank, I've been playing basketball since first grade. I've had so many people in my life, so many coaches. My family comes to all my games. I'm very grateful for that. My grandparents are still here to be able to come and even support me. My parents have done so much for me throughout like AAU, everything, just always making me better, like even training. It just takes a lot of time and money. So I'm very grateful for that. And my little siblings too, just always being there to support me. And every single coach that I've had, every coach that I've had has made me better in a different way. Everything that they've done for me, I'm just very grateful that they've made me a better player. And my teammates too, as well. I'm very grateful for all of the friendships that I've made throughout my whole career. Some of my best friends I've met playing basketball. So it's just a great feeling that the sport can bring you so many people in your life.
All right, Riley, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck in the rest of your tournament run. We hope it definitely lasts as long as it possibly can. And we look forward to talking to you again real soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
That was Riley Bennett, senior of the Hoban girls basketball team, one of three seniors with her, Emma Rasmussen, and Kennedy Harrison. They are once again in action tonight against Cuyahoga Falls, and that's a good segue to go into tonight's previews of the playoff action that we'll have for you tonight. We go into Thursday, and we'll start with the boys basketball regular season games, which will be free for you to watch. They are regular season games. There are some boys games on the network tonight. East Liverpool Christian will be at Lisbon. This is a very interesting game because Trevor Sifke is 13 points away from the 1,000-point milestone, and everyone kind of expects that he'll be able to get it tonight. So if you're a Lisbon fan and you want to see Mr. Sifke go off and get a big milestone, head on down to Lisbon and check that out. Columbiana will travel to Southern tonight. Joe Eusebio will be on the call. That's going to be a 7 o'clock tip. By the way, Lisbon is varsity only, no JV. Tip-off for that game will be at 6 o'clock against East Liverpool Christian. 7 o'clock tip-off, we have Conneaut traveling to Edgewood. Sam Torres will be on the call down in Ashtabula down there. Heartland Christian will be at Valley Christian, and Matt Morrison going to take the trip to Youngstown for that one as the two Christian teams go up against each other, Lions versus Eagles. Should be a fun one inside the friendly confines of Valley Christian. We'll also have boys action in Louisville. Bob Burke will be on the call. 7 o'clock is your tip-off time for this one. Canton Central Catholic will go to Louisville. These are the playoff games that will be in action tonight. As far as girls basketball, we have Cuyahoga Falls at Hoban. This is the 26th seed of Tigers against the 6th seed Knights in the Division I Perry district bracket. In the same bracket, in the sectional final below them, we have another YSN team going at it, as it'll be 16th seeded Boardman going up against 11th seeded Shaker Heights in Shaker Heights. Ty Bartell will have the call there. You look at that, and if Boardman wins and Hoban wins, we're going to have an all YSN matchup in the Division I district semifinals in Perry. That's definitely what we're rooting for. You look at Boardman's matchup tonight. I was looking at Shaker Heights a little bit. I thought there might be a chance I'd be going there, but Ty Bartel has taken it. Shaker Heights is very athletic. They like to press. They like to get in your face on defense. They like to run the floor. So if you're a Boardman fan, you're heading out to Shaker Heights, be prepared for they want a high-tempo basketball game, but Boardman likes to play pretty high-tempo as well. So it should be a game where both teams are running the floor pretty fast. And excuse me, it might just be one of those barn burners that, offenses are at the highest caliber. I think Boardman has more scores. That is just my initial thought about breaking down the games. I think Boardman has more people on the floor at one time that can really score, but they're going to need the balanced offense they've had when they've been successful. They're going to need players like Gia Treveri, Reagan Smith, Cami Goski to step up and get some points. So obviously, Mackenzie Riccatelli's going to get hers. That's apparent, but they need some other players around her to step up and play really, really well to go and get an upset in Shaker Heights on the road. That's a pretty big road trip. Hour and 15 minutes from Boardman. So that's a long bus ride to go up and try to get an upset and then try to obviously punch their ticket to the district semifinals. They would play the winner of Cuyahoga Falls and Archbishop Hoban on Tuesday. And that would be at Perry High School, Perry Pirates High School, not Maslin Perry. A scheduling note that Bristol and East Palestine has been ruled a no contest, and East Palestine will advance into the tournament. So that game is not happening tonight as far as playoff girls basketball. And also happening tonight, but not on the network, Lakeside will travel to Solon in Division I girls basketball action. Division I is the only girls basketball teams in action tonight. Everyone else, 2 through 4, will be in action on Saturday as they continue their tournament run. So those are the games on the network. Like I said, Lisbon is a big spot because Trevor Sifke is going for 1,000 points. He needs 13. Columbiana and Southern is the EOAC matchup, so they're trying to finish out their conference slate. Conneaut at Edgewood should be a pretty good one, although Edgewood, I think, has the offense to run away with that one. Heartland Christian at Valley Christian, non-conference matchup there. And then Louisville, obviously the independent, no conference to speak of, gets Canton Central Catholic at 7 o'clock. I was, and by the way, Louisville is D1 in girls basketball. They flipped those two. So the boys were supposed to play tomorrow. They're playing tonight. And then the girls playoff game against Louisville playoff game against Hudson will be tomorrow. It'll be at 7 o'clock. So for those of you that were expecting Louisville girls to play tonight, that's a scheduling note that it has been moved to tomorrow against Hudson. It should be a good one. Hudson knocked them out of the tournament last year, so Louisville is definitely hoping for some revenge against the Explorers. I pretty confidently said that, considering I don't know for sure if they're the Explorers, but I think they are because I remember their logo being like the ship. So I think it's the Hudson Explorers. Now it's going to bother me if I'm wrong. But on that crazy note, we're going to sign off today on this episode of Running Point. A lot of girls basketball and boys basketball tonight. You can head over to ysnlive.com/live to check out our complete schedule. Reminder that if you are going to watch the girls tournament games, it is a $9.99 pay-per-view paywall. One payment of that will get you access to all the games on in the evening, this evening. But this evening only. So it's not like you pay $9.99 and you're good for the rest of the tournament. So just want to reiterate that, and hope you have fun tonight watching whatever you're watching. Hope you can get out to some of these games and support these student athletes in person if you are able to. If you're not, we'll have you covered. ysnlive.com/live is where you can find a complete schedule of the games that we will have tonight, boys and girls basketball. Enjoy all that. Power Hour will be on from 3 to 4 today. And then we'll have basketball. Tomorrow, on a preview tomorrow's show real quick, before we get out of here, I almost forgot. We are going to have 2 pre-recorded interviews that we will be playing for you. We're going to hear from Taylor Cope, a senior from that United girls basketball team that won last night against South Range. And then we will actually be talking to a bowler for the first time on the show this year from LeBray, Brogan Collins, who had an excellent round in the sectionals to advance to districts. He will be joining, not joining us on the show, but he will be interviewed tomorrow. We'll be able to play his interview tomorrow. So we're going to have a bowling interview, and as they prepare for districts, and then we'll have Taylor Cope played for you as well from United. That all coming up tomorrow from 1 to 2 on Running Point, brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austin Town. We'll be back tomorrow, and thank you so much.